Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we, decode corporate stuff. Today we're diving into Venus Concepting's latest filing. And let me tell you, this one has more twists and turns than a beauty pageant. You might think a company selling beauty devices would have a pretty straightforward story, but this report suggests they're trying to pull off some financial magic tricks to stay afloat. We're going to look into loan deals, stock changes, and agreements, and see what's really going on with the company. Before we start, if you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below where we talk about companies that we cover in these videos, including Venus Concept, so you can find out what the latest news is. Alright, let's jump right into it. This is a Form 8K filing which companies use to announce major events. The date on this report is April 30, 2025. The first big item is entry into a material definitive agreement. This basically means they signed some important deals. The first of these deals is related to something called the MSLP loan agreement. This agreement is a consent agreement with Madryn Health Partners, who are the lenders. It looks like Venus Concept needed some help with their loan from back in 2020. The lenders are giving them a break on some requirements. Specifically, they're waiving some minimum liquidity requirements until the end of May 2025. Liquidity means how much cash they have on hand. So the lenders are saying, okay, we won't penalize you if you don't have enough cash for now. Also, they're letting Venus USA use the cash that was meant to pay interest on the loan to instead pay down the principal, which is the original amount of the loan. This suggests Venus Concept is struggling to meet its financial obligations. They don't have enough cash to cover both interest payments and keep the business running smoothly. Next up, we have the 14th Bridge Loan Amendment. This is another agreement with the same lenders, Madryn Health Partners, about a different loan called the Bridge Loan. The key here is that they're extending the maturity date of the bridge loan from April 30, 2025 to May 31, 2025. Extending the maturity date means they're getting more time to pay back the loan. Again, this points to potential cash flow problems. If they could have paid it back on time, they wouldn't need an extension. It's like asking for an extension on your homework because you haven't finished it. The last agreement in this section is the no consent agreement. This one involves some secured subordinated convertible notes, which are basically like IOUs that can be converted into stock. The lenders are the same Madryn Health Partners. Just like with the MSLP loan agreement, the lenders are waiving certain minimum liquidity requirements until the end of May. This is the third time in this one filing we see them getting a liquidity relief. Moving on, the next item is amendment to articles of incorporation of company or bylaws. This is about changes to the company's official documents. In this case, it's about their senior preferred stock. They filed a certificate of amendment to clarify the voting rights of the senior preferred stock. This is related to a reverse stock split they did back in March of 2025, where they reduced the number of outstanding shares. The amendment makes it clear that the voting rights of the preferred stock were adjusted to match the new number of shares. This kind of adjustment is pretty standard after a reverse stock split. It's all about keeping the ownership percentages consistent. Finally, we have the list of exhibits, which are the actual legal documents we've been talking about. Now, let's zoom out and see what this all means. Venus Concept is a company that sells beauty devices. The fact that they needed to get lenders to waive liquidity requirements on 3 different loans all at once suggests they are facing financial difficulties. They don't have enough cash coming in to comfortably cover their expenses and loan payments. The extension on the bridge loan and the amendment to voting rights are more like housekeeping. These suggest the company knows there are trouble signs and are trying to adjust course. So what does it all mean? Venus Concept seems to be in a bit of a tight spot. They're relying on lenders to give them breaks on their loans, and they're making adjustments to their stock structure. The next month or so will be critical for them to turn things around and show they can manage their finances. And now it's time for my take on the situation. Venus Concept's direction seems uncertain. On one hand, the company is trying to be innovative with non-invasive beauty devices. On the other hand, the constant need for loan waivers and extensions is a big red flag. It suggests that the business model might not be sustainable in its current form. One of the biggest risks is that they won't be able to generate enough cash to pay back their loans. If that happens, the lenders could take control of the company. On the flip side, there's an opportunity to turn things around. They could cut costs, increase sales, or develop new products that are in high demand. The beauty industry is always changing, so there's always a chance to catch a new wave. In conclusion, Venus Concept is at a crossroads. They need to make some tough decisions and execute them well to avoid a financial meltdown. Alright, that's our breakdown of Venus Concept's latest filing. What's your take on these agreements and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.